Alright people, hello and welcome back to another video in the studio. It's been a while since we've done one here, so I'm very excited to be back. We've got Willow with us right in front of me that you can see on the new B cam. So without further ado, let's get into the stories we're covering today. First of which being the Leticia Bufoni situation. She has actually just created an OnlyFans. In fact, it's a brand new sponsor of hers, so you know she's going to be very much tied in deep with them. But the kind of content she's posting, that matters a lot. Like, a lot of people can just immediately assume that she's going to be posting quote unquote spicy content, but it seems that that's not the case. So we're going to get into that and have a look and find out the truth. And then straight after that, we've got a new story with P-Rod where he's been promoting some pretty nefarious things to his audience that very much go against his usual preached Christian values. So we've got to go over that as well, because so many people are pushing Christianity on other people these days that the guys that aren't Christian, like myself, I feel like when there's hypocrisy, it needs to be called out. So with that being said, let's get into this. The first of stories being Leticia Bufoni. Let's go. So if you don't know her already, Leticia is probably the most famous women's skateboarder right now. She has 3.7 million followers. She's from Brazil, currently living in the US, and she dabbles in a lot of other sports as well. I'm pretty sure she does F1 or at least some kind of racing. She's a 5 times Guinness World Record holder for multiple different things, obviously, and a 6 times X Games gold medalist. So to say that this lady paved the way for women's street skateboarding is an understatement. She's obviously done so much for the sport and is quote unquote a legend for sure. I would say in women's skateboarding, Leticia is a legend, and just in skateboarding in general. Some of her street parts are some of the only ones that really set the pace for women's skateboarding in the street division. And she's also a great contest skater. So if you don't know already, that's Leticia, and she's just announced her OnlyFans sponsorship. So that video was right here that you can see, 17.9k likes, posted I think a day ago. So many people sent this to me and were like, I can't believe Leticia's doing porn, can't believe she's doing this, she's doing that. Well, I can tell you right now, I'm almost certain that it's not prawn, but we'll get into that as the video goes on. Let me play you the promo video and then we'll get to that.
Yep, I'm ready, let's see this. I'm very excited to announce my new sponsor and also my new channel where I'm going to be sharing a lot of my life, all the behind the scenes, skating, traveling, doing a bunch of different sports. So don't forget to check it out, my new channel on OnlyFans.
So what you just saw was the promo video that she posted. Obviously, OnlyFans is a brand new sponsor of hers. The implication of the video, which is basically an ad, is that it's going to be behind the scenes content of her racing, skating, traveling, doing all different kinds of sports and activities. And she's probably got a whole team behind her to edit and produce this content around her that likely is paid for, or at least part of the deal with OnlyFans. So I would assume that's the case if she doesn't already have that kind of team around her. But yeah, so she's obviously planning to do behind the scenes stuff and whatnot. So it doesn't seem like it's going to be the sort of content that most people would assume when OnlyFans reaches out to you. But there was definitely some implications for the freaks there as well. Like, there was a bunch of workout clips or clips of her in almost no clothing that, don't get me wrong, she posts for free on her Instagram anyway. Like, it's not like it's a big deal. Women do this all the time. Men do this. It's not a big deal whatsoever. So yeah, it's not like you can, I mean, the content that it seems that she's going to be posting is the same kind of content that she was making for free beforehand, but now you got to pay for it. So what I think we should do is we'll click the link real quick and just have a look, because it also matters how expensive it is. It's free. Okay. All right. Well, in that case, excuse me, guys. I hadn't clicked on this until now. The fact that it's free actually just means it's basically just an ad for OnlyFans, which, yeah, there's going to be a lot of nefarious content on OnlyFans. There's going to be a lot of stuff on there that the kind of people that would follow and subscribe to Leticia for free might be a kid on a parent's account. It might be a child thinking, oh yeah, I can do OnlyFans now. And then maybe they end up down the wrong alleyway of content on that platform, because we all know most of it is going to be not safe for work. Funny enough, OnlyFans actually reached out to me once upon a time and said, will you start creating content on there? But immediately my back was up. I was like, what are you asking me to do here? Are you asking me to get into porn? And they were like, no, we want you to do your tutorials. We want you to do what you're normally doing, but put it on OnlyFans. And I was like, look, dude, I'm not going to do that, because the second I put that OnlyFans link in my bio, most people are never going to click it. They're just going to see it and immediately presume the worst. So I just washed my hands with that and didn't bother. But to be honest, I still had a career to make. Leticia has already made her career. She's done a fantastic job in everything she's done pretty much. But the fact that she's gone down this route, I don't know how to feel about it. It doesn't look like it's going to be nefarious content, but yeah, it just looks like she's doing like behind the scenes stuff, as if she said. But yeah, as it's free, I'm not going to subscribe, because what's the point? If you guys can just go and subscribe to it for free, I'm sure you'll have to make an OnlyFans account. But yeah, it does look like it's all right. It does look like it's not the kind of content that would upset a lot of people, a lot of Christian families. So with that being said, let us go into our second news story, because I don't actually think Leticia's done too much wrong here, apart from the fact that she's accepted a brand deal from a adult content website. Like, that's a little bit bad, but at the end of the day, she can do what she wants. She holds her own values. Anyway, story number 2. P-Rod. Now, P-Rod, we all know, is a very outward-facing Christian, as are a lot of the skaters in the US right now. And fair enough, right? You do your thing, but when you're constantly preaching it and trying to put it on people that aren't Christian, that's when I have the problem. I'm not saying P-Rod does this all the time, but that's just the only time I have a problem with Christian values. And also when they're hypocritical like this.
So I had the good fortune to check out the Hard Rock Casino Tejon today. I got to skate around on the premises, which was amazing. So I had to take advantage of the opportunity. It's a beautiful brand new casino. The grand opening of the Hard Rock Casino Tejon is November 13th at 12 noon. It's going to be a big old event, big ceremony. Come on out. It's going to be super fun. I will be there myself, hanging out and enjoying the day. So I hope to see you there. And don't forget to swing by the Players Club desk and sign up for Unity by Hard Rock to start earning your rewards. Much love. God bless. Much love. God bless.
All right, so he even hits us with a God bless at the end of it. Now, as far as I'm aware, gambling is certainly a sin in Christianity. I'll put it up on the screen right now. But here he is, indulging, taking part. And to be honest, the comments, like, we've got Mowgli, professional telly shopper Mowgli here with the fire emojis. We've got Nigel with This Is Fun, Shark Wheels. You've even got Richie Jackson saying, I don't think there's one opportunity out here you haven't taken advantage of. Which is, if anything, a little bit of a sneak diss, or at least a little bit of a jab, because you know P-Rod takes every brand deal he can get. And don't get me wrong, like, I'm no stranger to a brand deal here and there, but when it's like something that is actually going to harm the health or the mental health of your viewers, if it's a product they can use and they can choose whether or not they want to use it, fair enough. But if you've got a follower that's a gambling addict or a recovering addict and is literally sitting in his home now thinking, oh God, I really want to bet. I don't want to go on it. I'm going to go on Instagram to try and get my mind out of that betting cycle. He goes on, he's following P-Rod, sees his favorite skater promoting gambling. Oh, screw it, mate. I might as well just do that. I know these guys can't be responsible for the audience in which they have, at least not for every individual person, but you do have a responsibility to look after them, to put the right things in front of them. If you're a content creator, skateboarder, YouTuber, whatever you might be, it's your responsibility, if you've got an audience, if you've got eyeballs on you, to make sure that you are pointing them in the right direction. You may not want to be a role model, you may not think you are, but if you've got thousands or hundreds of thousands of people watching you daily, they certainly think you are, and that's what matters. The fact that you are promoting gambling, God, they must have paid him so much money. And I don't know what it is with these LA skaters. Obviously, not every single LA skater is like this, but quite a few of the ones that I have seen from third parties or dealt with myself seem to be like high school girls. Oh, that trick's whack, but to your face, they'll say it's good. Why is it like this? Why is the LA scene like this? I hear it from so many other YouTubers that either live somewhere else and visit LA as well, that it's like that. I don't know why they all just say what they think people want them to say, and then the second a little bit of cash comes along, they'll say something else. I don't know, guys. To me, it's just one of them situations that I can sit here and complain about it all along, but I'm just a kid in the UK, nowhere near the actual American UK scene. I'm just doing my thing and I can just sit here and complain, but no one's going to actually care about it until more people say something, because I think this is proper gimpy. Need that Dodger colorway the first. And don't get me wrong, right? Don't get me wrong. If you're a gambler, or if you just partake in gambling, just a little bit here and there, like 20 quid each month, or 20 quid here, 20 quid there, $50 there, that's cool. You do what you want. That is completely fair enough. I actually indulge in gambling a little bit myself, but I'm not going to sit here and take money from a company to promote it to my audience. I do enjoy it. It's a fun little pastime, but the way that I would do it is I would go in there with £20, say, this is my £20 that I know I'm going to lose. I'm walking in there with that, and this is the £20 I'm spending to have a bit of fun on the machines. You go in there with the expectation that you're going to come out with nothing, but not everybody does that. A lot of people go in there thinking, oh yeah, I can win all this money, I can do this, I can do that. Look at P-Rod, he's out here, he's living at large, he's skating in the casino, he's got loads of bread, and he's gambling, or at least saying he's gambling, or at least in the casino, which implies it. So with all that being said, I think it's just safe to say that a lot of these skateboarding legends in LA are quite quickly letting their legends fail. Like, for example, let's have a look at T-Hawk and Andy Mack real quick.